Hey everyone, I'm epicdudeguy.
I'm 7eraser7.
And we will be racing Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones. So, 3, 2.
Wait,
oh,
go.
wait. We need to go here. Right.
Yeah.
I know this game. All right. 3,
Three,
2, 1, go.
Okay.
So the time will start
Soon.
when this cutscene ends. So this is the third game in the Sand trilogy. The second game was seen. When was it again?
2005. It got released in 2005.
Somewhere this marathon.
And
By
Why Are We Win was 2
Took
days ago.
Alumni
Yeah,
one.
2 days ago.
And now we will be proceeding that very story with this game.
Yeah. So this game is hard. Good thing is neither of us crashed at the start, which is already
that's
something.
already pretty good, yeah.
Because you know that can happen like always. So yeah, apparently you're in the lead, Robbie. I guess your game loads faster.
All right, time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
The prince made his way along the torn and blasted district, haunted by visions from his past. The dockside tavern where he'd spent many late nights was now reduced to cinder.
Free.
Babylon's proud armada, which he would often come to greet.
So yeah, let's start here. We're just gonna do basic movement. That's not part of basic movement.
Yeah, pretty much like the first 10 minutes is all about movement before we get the dagger. You're going for AI glitch, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna explain what I'm doing right now. This is called fish gutter skip. You can get one weapon in the game, but you can the first weapon of the game, which is like a fish gutter, but you can skip it with a really precise wall run. So I got it first try, so it's good.
Yeah, I'm going for a different approach. You invest some time at the start, and you might gain it back later.
Yeah. Except if you die like in 2 minutes.
Yeah, then it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, what I did 2 years ago. Because we run this game as a race like 2 years ago. Robbie won like with a 1 hour 30-minute run. And I got like a 1:34, I think. So that was a pretty good race. Right now our estimate is 1:35. This is too low.
So yeah, I'm setting it up here for the AI glitch. You have to do a stealth attack and then fail it, and then do another one. And now all the enemies in the game are frozen, and they won't attack me.
Yeah.
That's
You can see the difference with me when I
very
have
much
to skip
appreciated.
everything. I have to dodge every enemy, especially since I don't have any weapon.
4 weeks I've been at sea, and every day spent dreaming.
So yeah, this game takes place after the Warrior Within true ending, in which the prince ends up with Kailina. But when they head back to Babylon, Kailina is taken away from the prince. So now we're chasing her to save her.
Yeah, pretty
Hope
much.
that works out.
Can we spoil it?
Very
You should know
important.
that it was not love that drove him, but duty. I was his responsibility.
Since the start is all about movement, we are doing every shortcut we can as the one I just did.
As with all mistakes,
You know, like every second matter at the start, pretty much. That's why we have something called Dagger World Record, which is pretty stupid. But it's just like the first one that can finish the start of the game, pretty much. Like until you get the Dagger of Time and can start rewinding.
I must keep pace with Kailina if I'm to find the one responsible for this.
Also, let's talk about the category. This is any person zipless. What zipless means is we can't use the zip glitch, but we can use every other glitch.
Even glitches that might look like zips.
Yeah. But the zip glitch is a really peculiar glitch in our community. It's not like just going through doors and stuff like that, because we can do it with other glitch. as you will be able to see hopefully during this run. And one with a really weird name, but it's okay.
It's a very good name.
How much to zip cuts from the time? So the world record in any percent zipless is 1 hour 24 minutes by Neve, which should be in chat right now, probably if he woke up. And the world record in any percent normal is also by Neve in like 50 minutes? 51, 50, I can't really remember, something like this.
Yeah, something like that.
And the world record in NMG is mine, and it's 1 hour 49 minutes. NMG means no major glitches. Oh, it's still 53 by Neve. When is 51? Yeah.
Where is kind Asha?
Do you guys have a quick time for a donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we do have a $25 donation by Aero, and he just says, want to thank everyone for making this event possible, and good luck to all the runners. Thank you for your $25.
I'm dead? No, I'm not. That was really...
Is it the diagonal jump?
Yeah, that was really close, like I hit the fence. Instead. Okay, so now I still don't have a weapon, so I will just get that checkpoint and die. So I can respawn with a weapon.
Yeah, you kind of actually need the weapon to progress without crashing.
Yeah, there will be like dagger panel, and if I try to use them without a weapon, I just crash.
What has happened here?
Okay. Nice. Oh, not nice. That was flawless until, you know, Archer hit me like at the last moment. So Archer in this game are just awful. That's part of the issue, and why AI glitch is really cool.
Yeah, the archers are just way too overpowered. They can just stun lock you forever.
Yeah. Which is pretty stupid, honestly. Like in NMG, this is even worse because every movement counts even more than this one and the other one. Like you really want to optimize every second. So when you get hit by an arrow, it's just so painful. Like this one can kill me, for example. It didn't, so good. Like yeah, you pretty much have to have one strat per archer, which is completely stupid.
I should be resting now, recovering from my time away. I was sitting with fun.
Yeah, we've also been using a move called safety fall already. So do it right here. We do a secondary attack off of a wall. You can fall from higher up than you normally are allowed to, making it a safe fall.
Sorry,
hence the name.
I apologize. I wasn't able to do your 1-1. So yeah, by the way, on coach we have some people.
We do?
Yeah.
Nice.
But they just don't care about us, apparently. They're attacking to each other. So with the French shirt, like in blue, we have Tokaloni 1. In the middle, we have Catalyst, and on the other side, we have Samabam.
Okay, sorry, Eraser, I have a voice now. Why didn't you do my skip?
I tried, I just failed.
Okay, why didn't you go back and do it, though?
I have to move forward. Ooh, what was close. So here I will pick up a secondary. In this game, we have secondary weapon, like in Wire Within, and we will use it to do a glitch soon. But right now is Throne Room, except I'm bad. I was gonna say something else, but yeah.
Don't want to get banned.
Pay attention
Yeah,
to
exactly.
what the prince overheard as he drew close to where I was being kept.
Many years ago, I journeyed with the Maharaja of India to the island of Tara, intending to claim
Oh, that's bad. Yeah. So I kind of have to kill him now. Too bad I won't be able to skip this archer. Like that's like 3 or 4 second loss. should still be like around 9 minutes, I think. Hopefully it didn't show me. So yeah, like this game has some stealth action, and they are kind of important in some part, I guess. For me at least, because I don't have AI glitch.
Yeah, for me it's important that I don't accidentally trigger one of these stealth kills, because then the AI glitch breaks.
Yeah.
It was as if he had learned nothing from his past adventures.
Eraser,
Or
you got a
perhaps he'd
901.
simply forgotten,
How does that make you
made
feel?
blind to
Bad.
death by fear.
Dagger world record is 8:34. Like in NMG, I don't start a run if I don't have something like over 8:40.
Father, forgive what I have
But
done.
NMG is crazy
Wherever
because like in this run you can like lose time at the start and make it up later because the run isn't optimized. In NMG you can't do that anymore. So yeah, now I have the Dagger of Time. So as you will be able to see, like on the top left corner, I have some yellow ball, which is my sense. So every time I want to rewind time, I have to use 1 cent. So right now I have 3 of those. Later in the run I will have 4, and that's it, because I won't take any more to go fast.
Can you show me what it looks like if you use one? Need to catch up somehow.
That's true. So this trap has no collision on the first phase in this spot. Why? I don't know. Ask Ubisoft.
Nice.
You're not so far behind.
Who found that actually with the trap?
Segmented run, so you see pro maybe?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah. So soon I will be doing a glitch. This is why I pick up the secondary. This is called a drop glitch. Basically, by throwing your secondary weapon, the game considers that you're on the ground. So if you do this as you're falling, you won't take any fall damage. Oops, didn't want to. Like this. After side rolling, what the movement I'm using right now is the fastest technique to move, but it can be quite tricky to set up. So yeah, let's talk about pause glitch. Pause glitch is the fact that you can play with the pause menu open, and like this I can just boost up. So basically what I did is I jump, press quit to main menu, wait a little during my jump, then I relaunch the game again. So what that does is that amplify my momentum, because like it stops in an unexpected way, and I just get boost. You can do that with a jump, with a wall run, it teleports you, and yeah, like you will be seeing this glitch a lot because the run revolves around it. Unfortunately, if you die with the pause glitch, the pause menu open like this, you will be stop locking because you can't press start anymore. So that's really dangerous. We have to use it like carefully. Like this might happen, honestly. Like the last time I won this game, like was in the Persia marathon in November, and I soft lock 1 time and I crashed 1 time because TTT. Like what? The crash was because of the game, but the soft lock was my fault. Also, I can just make it disappear too fast because otherwise I would just soft lock. So yeah, this run is really dangerous.
Yeah.
Not marathon safe, honestly.
It's also, when you have it open, some inputs might cause it to like do inputs in the menu, which is really annoying. So just getting rid of it usually helps. But then, optimally, you would actually have it open like the entire run. But that's just not
The way behind you is
playable.
long.
Yeah.
Find another exit from these sewers. Be quick about it.
Except if you're funny.
Yeah.
Who's there?
Okay.
Be careful. Be
So what I did there was a wall run extension. By slashing my sword during a wall run and rewinding, I can extend my wall run. No, I have no sense.
So a quick note, if you're confused about what's happening in the story, much like the other Prince of Persia games, we delete the cinematic cutscenes because they waste a ton of time, and we don't care how you feel about that. So we caught up with Kylina and her captors, and they killed her to gain her power. And as you can see on the prince's left arm, he was infected with the sands of time, which are...
We lost you some.
And yeah, so he is slowly losing his mind, essentially, and he has a new voice inside of his head that is telling him what to do.
Still my god cycle, what's insane?
This has been your lore update. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
So yeah, right now I'm the Dark Prince. As Sam said, we got corrupted. So the Dark Prince is stronger. We lose our secondary weapon, but we have a chain to replace it. We are losing our HP like as the time goes, and we can die if we don't take any sand. So safety fall again. Safety fall is like the main movement technique NMG wise. Right, and we can use it to open doors.
What benefit is this?
Good thing we'll transform, I guess.
Kill them then. Let their lives replenish
Okay.
yours.
Yeah, in any percent you actually try to skip all of these transformations. In Zipless we try to skip as many as possible because they do end up being slow with all the cutscenes involved.
Why then is this happening to me?
You have been
I should have
infected
maybe
by
take
the
a sand.
sands of
I don't know.
time, as I am sure you have noticed.
Okay, let's do this.
Maybe it's the dagger. Maybe it's all the time you've spent amongst the sands.
Okay, good. So coming up is a skip called Fortress Skip. I don't want to talk about that.
While he refrains from talking about that, you'll notice that water cured the prince temporarily.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the idea being that his mutation was caused by sand. And also water is typically, in the Prince of Persia series, seen as like revitalizing and such because it's used to gain health and for save points.
Yeah, also, like I fall down from pretty high, and I don't die because during a cutscene you don't take fall damage. I forgot to mention that. And since there is a cutscene when the Dark Prince goes back to normal Prince, it was fine. So this is another example where Robbie will be able to make sometimes because I will have to kill these two. Okay, game just totally froze.
Sounds good.
Okay. Because of this, like this archer wasn't in a good spot, but okay. I just don't care as long as the game doesn't crash.
So for the upcoming skip that Eraser doesn't want to talk about, what if you have the pause menu glitch going, and in the middle of a wall run flip, you kind of pause time, it magnifies the acceleration you have in your flip, so you actually flip higher up into the air and at a slightly different angle. And he's going to use that in an attempt to get on top of this wall, kind of out of bounds, so that he can then do a drop glitch, and this is going to skip a very long cutscene. You may have noticed that he got on top. You may have noticed he walked over to the fountain first, and that is because they act as checkpoints in this game, and you have to get within a certain radius of them to grab the checkpoint.
Have you not realized? I am your untapped potential, your unrealized dreams.
Come on.
I am part of you.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Eraser got it.
When the prince was struck by the sands of time, something was
That was slow, but honestly, Oh, that was close. It's still a lot faster than watching the cutscene, which is about a minute. Yes, my setup is elaborate.
What's happening?
Well, that certainly
That's the only thing I found to be able to do it consistently.
All right, and Robbie got it as well. Very nice, guys.
Come on.
So Eraser already got it, but you'll see on epicdudeguy's screen this sigil in the ground with the beam of sand coming out of it. These are sand gates, and in the cutscene we skipped, you see that the Vizier, our arch nemesis kind of villain, is using them to travel across the city. By breaking them down, we gain new powers. So in this case, both players got a 4th rewind tank.
Yeah, that's it.
Most of them aren't that valuable to us, so we'll be skipping as many of them as possible.
Yeah. We also have a category called all powers, when you have to get every stun gate and every life upgrade, because you can also increase your life. Come on. Game, please.
That chariot should get us home.
Here I'm flashing just to be able to set up side roll as soon as the cutscene starts, but save like 1 second.
Also, whenever we do one of these boosts, we also wait a bit when it's frozen. Oh, we need to do that because you cannot actually control how long the rewind will rewind. So you need to make sure that even if the rewind is like its maximum length, that the entire pause is fitted within the rewind time.
So this is Chariot, and we just free someone who is like the devil. But yeah, this is Chariot. This is basically an auto-scroller. The first time you play it, it's fun. When you play it for like the 200 times, this is not fun. And for the 2000 times, this is even less fun.
It does feature the best line though, because he says, if we crash, it is the end for both of us, which is very relevant for this game.
I mean, this is already the end for both of us. We started the run.
So a quick note I don't think has been mentioned yet. Every sand portal is guarded by a special guard that has red in his armor. We call them red guards. And the swords they carry we call red guard swords. They have the unique property of regenerating sands at a very fast interval. So the sands that these guys are using to undo their mistakes, and more often than that, do the menu launches, will get replenished very quickly. As Eraser said earlier, turning into the Dark Prince actually takes away your secondary weapon. So that's another reason we'll want to skip Dark Prince sections, is to keep our red guard swords.
Yeah, it's very well put.
Yeah. Also to answer someone in chat, or we can play while the game is paused, because we did something called pause glitch. Yeah, I didn't explain how it works precisely. Like you just go into pause, you close your pause menu, and then you open it like at the set time, which is like a little less than a second later after closing it, and then you get this pause menu while you're playing.
Yeah, that
it's kinda
glitch is
like,
actually... Sorry, Robbie, go ahead.
It's kind of like a half pause menu.
Yeah, because you
You
don't
have-
have the background and not everything is frozen.
Yeah, you can still play, but you can also access the menu. You can actually change settings, which is kind of funny.
Right, it's actually not possible outside of the PC version because it requires 60 FPS to be doable. So it seems to be that they, when they were testing, they just didn't take the 60 FPS into consideration.
Which was a common thing to do, like in that day, in this day, because you know that was console before everything else.
While I admire your bravado, you would be wise to show some respect.
So soon we will see Maurice. Maurice is a guard. I call him like this because you know I have to find a name for him, so we can say hi, and we won't see him again. He is like all ready to fight us, but no, we don't care. Oh, come on, drop glitch, please. Nope. No? No? Oh, come on.
So yeah, drop glitches are quite precise, some more than others, and one easy but slow way you can do them is to fall off the ledge, and then you're pretty much in the perfect position to start one.
Yeah, you always try to do it before falling down because you know why not. But in theory, you can just fall, get up again, and it will work. But sometimes the game just doesn't want, and yeah. This one is pretty easy in theory, but once you fail it once, you have like you're not in a really great position, so that's why it took me a while. And we got it first try, I guess.
No, second try.
Second try, okay. I'm sorry, I just looked it up when you got it, so I was like, oh, nice.
So at this Dark Prince section, they are going to lose their red guard swords. And Eraser, do we get another one before slow-mo?
We don't. We get one at the slow-mo gate.
Okay.
What do you suggest?
Because what will come first is the boss. The first boss of the game, which is
Right.
Krompa. But we will talk about him soon. First of all, I want to talk about the next archers. Like not the, but the next archer. Because there is like two archers that are basically impossible to do if you're not speedrunner. I'm not even kidding.
Babylon's defenders.
It takes forever to do it as a casual player because you need slow-mo, but you don't have slow-mo. But as a speedrunner, we found strats. And as a casual player, you have to find strats.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, honestly. Like, even one archer even is already really annoying, and then they put like 3 of them right next to each other.
I apologize, I think I'm 1 minute late for my lore update, so...
Who is there?
As you'll notice, the prince is very confused because he was just saved by some stray arrows, and
So very strange.
he thinks it's strange and he has some kind of idea of who it might be, but
It is silly to
but
think
no,
such things.
it's silly to think such things.
Alright, so the two archer, I'm waiting for this one to go there. I go near there, here, I jump, I got up, and I roll. See, I dodge like an arrow at like a few millimeters. That's what's so close. Well, pixel because we're on computer, but you get the idea.
Yeah, because when you notify the first archer, the other ones get notified as well, right?
Yeah. So I got it twice, 3 times. Yeah, I jump there to grab this ledge. Saved like 3-4 seconds. So that's good. Yes, GMP. Everyone that completed this game is a speedrunner, in a sense. Just with very different time.
So we're coming up on the arena here, which, as Eraser mentioned, has the first boss. So the Vizier has used this powers he gained from Kylina to mutate some of his generals. Also, Eraser just used a function of the menu glitch we haven't actually seen yet, I don't think, which is if you use it while doing certain actions such as wall running, you can teleport. And he used that to teleport to the opposite side of the cutscene trigger for this boss. So bosses in this game are fairly straightforward. You deal a certain amount of damage to them, and then you gain access to a quick time event to move into the next phase. So essentially, Eraser's just going to navigate these platforms as quickly as he can, and activate these quick time events.
Yeah, as Sam said, like we also don't have sound because music because of this of the skip I did, pretty much. Fun fact is you can also skip this cutscene in NMG, in a much more cool way, but you know. So after destroying his eyes by stabbing them, I can start attacking his leg with charge attacks. But I have to do it on, like I have to wait a little because otherwise it won't work. No. Okay, good. Oops. Okay, that's not what I wanted. But yeah. Come on. Okay, that was. And yeah. Now there is 3 quick quick time event and it's over.
He can no longer see you. Move in and
So
attack
yeah,
him
that was a good
directly.
boss. I just made like two little mistake that cost me maybe 4 seconds, but it's okay. Also, a cool feature of the post glitch is that you don't get the save prompt, like when the game asks you if you want to save or not, when it's open. And right there, in theory, the game should ask it for me. But yeah, that saved like 3 or 4 more seconds. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with 3 or 4 more seconds save every time because of NMG. Even if this glitch is obviously not a lot in NMG, but I'm like, yeah, this is a lot faster, this is good.
The prince fled from the arena, embarrassed.
So
by
while
the
we have a
unwanted
second here where not much is going
fearful
on,
that they might realize he was becoming a sounding
if you're familiar with the Sands of Time, the first game in the trilogy,
look at
you
my
might
game.
know that the Vizier is supposed to be dead because we kill him at the end of that game. So the reason he is present in this game is actually due to our actions in the second game, where then the prince actually traveled back in time and significantly changed the timeline. So in this new timeline, the Vizier is still alive, and by killing Kailina, he has actually gained the powers that he was seeking in the Sands of Time that we stopped him from getting. So essentially we've come full circle now, and the prince has to really finally finish things out once and for all.
Also, the power of the person that was killed is just being really strong. Also, I want to talk about this cutscene, because Toka,
Look at that.
instead of snoring, this is your moment. This is your cutscene.
I eagerly
Like,
await
pretty
your
much the
response.
only thing this guy made for the community is naming this cutscene Prince of Persia.
And brave Princess
Because
Vindy.
Farah doesn't know us, because as Sam explained, everything got reset after Warrior Within. And we're like, hey Farah, wait!
Caused her great
What?
distress.
See? Now she's
Of
going
course
to
I'm kidding, you did a lot for the community. You can sleep again.
Survive this long. Good luck, stranger.
So you can skip this cutscene actually, like in Zipless, but this is really tough, really hard. And yeah, I didn't want to lose like 30 seconds by trying it, especially when our estimate is that tight.
Pretty lenient, honestly.
with greater skill.
No,
A stranger.
you have like 0.3 seconds maybe. I really don't know. Like,
Never happened. No Sands of
did you get
Time,
it in
no
practice?
exile. You get the Vizier, but you lose the girl. It doesn't matter. We're better off without her. Maybe a few arrows in the back will help stir your memory.
That's really precise spot.
Fair enough.
So is the skip for that a roll teleport?
No, it's
wall
one
run.
teleport.
Wall run.
But you have like a few inches, like to speak in your unit.
So here at this Sand Gate Eraser is that he's picking up another Red Guard sword, and he's also gaining slow-mo.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called in this game. Is it the Eye of the Storm? I think that's the lore-appropriate name of the power. But in any case, Eraser can now slow down time, which is actually required to progress through certain parts of this game. So even if we could skip it, we wouldn't want to.
We are, yeah.
And the slow-mo is also really useful for the glitch that we're doing, because...
Yes, as we'll see soon, it heavily affects the menu glitch.
Yeah.
As you will be able
Still
to see
have
soon.
feelings for her. Admit it.
As we may see soon.
Through so much together. Though she may not remember. I can never forget.
So yeah, I slow-mo, I jump, I stop my jump, I wait a little, and then phew! So yeah, like before my jump were like amplified a little, now they're amplified a lot with slow-mo.
Now you might think that looked a lot like, you might describe that as zipping. It's more of a zoop.
Nice.
So there's another form of the teleport that Eraser just did. A wall run from a dagger plate actually will teleport you quite far.
Oh, come on. Stab him. Thank you. Oops. So here I didn't choose my secondary because I want to keep it since it regenerates my sand. And yeah, it's quite important, honestly.
Now, find the receiver.
Because like we want to keep that one for a long time. If everything goes well, we will keep it for maybe 1/4 of the run now. Maybe actually even more. Oh, no, I tried. So this jump can save like 0.2 seconds. And I just lost 5 by trying it. But I promise that if I came up to here without dying, I will try it. Because I never go for it.
Just don't try it, Epic Dude Guy. Immediate 5 seconds gained.
Please try it, Robbie.
The pressure and desperation
Like multiple times if you don't get it.
gone.
No,
Grim as
I will
things
just
seemed,
get it.
there was now hope. Hope that peace
So
would be
let's see.
restored to the land and to our
Here
future.
there is a cutscene and I want to go like really near it. So hopefully I won't trigger it. Should be good.
And they grew more.
And now I can just one teleport. Why I want to go near the cutscene is because there is a trigger. A trigger is like a huge invisible box to load the next area. And we kind of need to load the next area. Good thing is it's not too close to the trigger, so I can just go for it like this. I'll kill this one by using my secondary because that's like the only time I will be using it. Like if I kill the 2 other guard and this one with my secondary, my sword will be in red. So this means like even a jump where my sword is drawn and something won't come,
I'm not sure I like
my sword will break. And if I don't see
Fear
it,
not,
it's
she
with
has already
1, 2,
proved a
3.
valuable asset to us.
So another boost with slow-mo right now. Phew. This one saves quite a bit of time because moving on ledges is really slow, as you were able to see before.
Careful, these creatures seem to feed off the sands. Kill them before they steal any more from you.
Should be good, yeah. Okay. Oh, come on, game. Yeah, that's an example of when nothing is taken into action, like because you didn't wait long enough. 3, 4, 5, 6. So here I will be doing a glitch called quicksand. Okay. So as you can see, the prince is going a little lower into the ground as I'm doing this. I didn't get a sun dupe. And basically I want to do this 7 times. Come on, I can't see. Oh yeah. Please dupe.
So while he's working on that, there are two main ways to do quicksand. You can either just jump and rewind that, or you can rewind climbing over a fence or a ledge like that. And the fence is much faster. If you do it jumping, you need 21 rewinds to get underneath most doors and walls. So if you time it properly, you can actually rewind to the very moment you regenerate your sand, and then you can just keep doing it over and over again. But that's not quite as necessary when you're doing it only 7 times via the climbs. Now you get to see the fun version.
Descending into the depths, his thoughts kept returning to
You can
the
just
dead.
open that door. It's right there.
He wondered if she was thinking of him as
Can you more?
well.
So you might notice the pinkish red bar underneath Eraser's sand. That is the rewind cue, and it essentially shows you how far back you can rewind. He is about to hit the point where that is at 0, so he will be able to do this glitch faster, but it will also become a little more sporadic looking.
Yeah, it's not like a wire weapon, unfortunately. Like, we can do it fast easily. I still have to waste now. I think I'm at 21 now. Nope, I wasn't.
It's also important to note that it's very easy to lose your progress on this glitch. If you jump without rewinding or pull out your weapons or several other actions will cause you to pop back up to the top of the ground.
Yeah, that's what I was focusing really hard and took care when I turn around. Because if I turn around too fast, I will get out of quicksand, and that's just terrible because you lose all what you did. Like so, my 21 inputs would be rip.
You also need to wait a bit before you do the quicksand, because otherwise previous inputs will come up again and ruin your day, basically.
But this tale is far from over.
Come on. I think I'm in the right position, but I'm not sure, honestly. Yeah, okay, I was. Here, I will go there, wait a little, then wall run, wait to fall down, and rewind. It's to hit a trigger to load the next area, because normally here you're the Dark Prince, so you can swing onto the wall with your chain, and the trigger is a little low compared to the wall run that you're doing, so you have to wait a little and fall down.
Yeah, anytime you see little like firelit lamps on the walls and hanging from the ceiling, that's a good indicator that we're supposed to be the Dark Prince, because those are kind of the visual cue the developers went with for his interactable objects. That giant golden bug thing you just saw is what the Vizier has turned into since he gained his new power. He can now fly and cut people in half. He enjoys it very much.
Another boost to get that bar. Counting to 21 is hard, yeah, it's really hard.
Babylon had
I'm sorry, like I can't tweet chat a lot. I'm doing my best, and sometimes I can just pick up one message or two.
If he failed, his entire world could be lost.
So what is with the pause menu? Yeah, I can repeat this as I set up the next skip. So basically, we just open the menu, close it, and reopen it really fast. Then the game is like opening a half pause menu that we can use like this to do some glitches by stopping our action. Like, for example, right there, I'm trying to do a wall run, like this, and I can just teleport myself back and skip a cutscene.
But that's a very emotionally touching cutscene where the Prince and Farah connect, and it progresses the story quite nicely. Why would you skip it?
Because it's slow. Okay. That was slow. I mean, I don't like Farah, so you know.
So yeah, where you pause in the jump is very relevant sometimes. Like here, if you do it too early, you will gain too much height and you'll die from it.
Allow me to return the favor then.
And other times you need to do it very early so you can get the most distance.
Yeah, and it will be relevant really soon.
I also want to say, while epicdudeguy has fallen a little bit behind, this run is fairly difficult in terms of Prince of Persia routes. I mean, I would say that this particular category is one of the more difficult ones we have. And this game is also very prone to crashing, so there's still a lot that could happen.
Yeah, like there will be just, you know, getting on top, getting the revenge trick and brutal skip, and Masty. Masty skip.
Is this necessary?
What?
You sound upset. Are you jealous?
Just focus
Like,
on getting to the palace.
Maybe Robbie should farm some sand credits to catch up.
Does Farah remember something
Thank
from
you for your
Station 1?
input.
No. If by 1 you mean set of time, but I assume no. Princess topless, show off. Are we going for storage? You'll see, Vainev.
That means yes.
Stop spoiling. I will try. I don't guarantee anything, but during my practice I was always going for it.
Also, Vainev, I see a disturbing lack of bragging about your sand credit count.
Keep your voice down.
So here I tried to just release. Yeah, I got it easily.
Nice.
So yeah, like I just fall down just as the cutscene started. So as I said earlier, we don't take fall damage during the cutscene. It's frame perfect or 2 frame. We disagree with Vainev. I say it's 2 frame. Vainev says it's 1 frame in a 60 FPS game to get this. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
How much time does that save in this category?
Not much.
10 seconds.
Yeah. You have an alternative method in this category?
And now the randomness starts.
So the skip eraser is currently trying to do is probably the most difficult launch in the game. Or excuse me, not a launch, but
Yes.
rather a rewind trick, which we haven't seen yet. So rewind tricks are when you rewind to the same point twice, put very simply. There's a little bit more to it than that, but you can extend actions using that you cannot extend using the menu. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the only rewind trick we will see.
Yeah.
They are pretty few and far between in modern routes, except outside of Sands of Time, Zipless, I suppose.
Exactly.
The teleport eraser is currently trying to
Yes,
do
second
is
try.
very nice. It's pretty random and hard to predict. We really don't know much about it, nor have we found anything better. But as you saw, he was able to grab onto that ledge, which is the desired outcome. But it very often refuses to happen.
Fine. Waste your valuable time rescuing the princess.
Yeah, that skip is just stupid. That's why I'm calling this section the randomness.
Expanding his army, torturing innocent citizens, deciding
Like
what
pretty
kingdom
much
to
up
conquer
to
next.
Master,
Should
this
be
is all about
doing
random.
his dying.
Because there is also a cutscene skip, which is technically not random, but it's so hard to get
Traipsing through a brothel while your city falls apart.
consistently that it might as well be random, honestly.
You're not here for her. You're here for you.
Eraser missed the brothel deload, epic dude guy. If you could please show that off.
Yeah.
Hello, can this work?
You do not know my motives, and you do not
So this is the
know me.
cutscene I will try to skip.
And the sooner you realize it, the better.
If you want. No, I'm too low, I think. I will try to go for it. Yeah, I was too low. So, unfortunate, I won't be able to skip this. That's a minute time lost.
World record is lost.
World record was lost from the get-go.
And you are right. Right.
So here we see another of the Vizier's generals. This is Mahasti, and we don't fight her in this category, do we?
No, we don't. That's why we do the brutal skip, like the stupid thing, just to keep our red guard sword, so we will be able to do another quicksand.
Right.
So we will actually deload her.
Wonderful work.
Like we just trigger her, you can see the boss bar, and we do a
While you run after this
teleport there, and it just disappears. If you watch the top left corner, you will be able to see her lying around, and she will just disappear at one point.
Yeah, so essentially what
Yeah,
Eraser
like
did there was wall run into the trigger that gets rid of her because you're too far away, and then he teleported back in front of that trigger, so he just essentially avoided it entirely.
Pretty much in this category, we do only 50% of the boss. Oh, I got it too fast. Wait.
Why?
Alright.
Tell me when
Oh,
you have
okay.
time to hear
Well, never mind, I guess. I was supposed to be able to do a drop glitch, but the game didn't want to.
I would like to point out epicdudeguy's absolute sportsmanship in not whispering random numbers in Eraser's ear while he's counting to 21, which is a lot more sportsmanship than Eraser showed to me the last time we raced. So, you know, just keep that in mind.
I'm sorry, I'm ready to do anything to win.
from the beginning. Too late he realized his mistake and staying silent. Tell me when you have time.
What is going on? So yeah, I was jumping to go lower into the ground, so I could get through the door, basically.
I got the deload door,
Nice. So you won.
basically.
Yeah.
So in case you didn't see it, clip it, go back and watch as epicdudeguy rolled into that cutscene, the room behind him deloaded and you could just see the void.
Should work. Yeah, knew it. I finally understand how this launch go. After 2 years. Oh, okay. Whew. Hey, Shu. Yeah. Sportsmanship. Yeah, no, I don't know that. To be fair, there was like a huge huge difference, like in where we were. Like there was like 10 minutes, I think.
Oh, did I hurt your feelings?
I would still have done it if we were like 2 minutes apart, but you know. Come on, come on, come on, a little low. Okay. Oh no, wait, that's not good. Okay.
So here Eraser is going to go for a very precise cutscene skip using a single quicksand. Every once in a while we find a use for this thing where you don't have to do the full 21. If you just do one, you're actually short enough that you can go under a cutscene trigger there.
Yeah, but you have to roll as well, and you have to be like on near the wall. That's why I was setting up like at the start, just to be like at the right distance. Oh. We use slow-mo again. Slow-mo is really good to get around the enemies. Like in NMG, I use slow-mo every time. Why not do it without sand? Because it asks for more setup, and it's faster to do it with quicksand. Oh, come on. Can I get one? Drop glitch? No. Okay.
I spent hours running and tumbling.
Yeah,
imagining
cool.
myself on
I got it as soon as the menu disappeared.
rooftops
Nice.
and passageways with secret windows onto other worlds. But
So you
now
saw
everything's
Eraser
changed.
quit out of the pause menu there.
Led away.
That wasn't intended, but
Yeah, so every time you throw your weapon to do a drop glitch, you're pressing the same button that you press to go backwards in the menu, so circle on PlayStation. That causes, so every time you do a drop glitch, you're canceling your menu, and if you're pressing it too many times too quickly, it will cause the menu glitch to deactivate.
yeah. But you have to be careful because this can also soft lock.
You always have to be careful because you could soft lock.
Pretty much.
Had he not hidden the truth? Had he
Oh,
shown
come
more
on.
compassion?
Game, you robbed me.
Then perhaps things may have gone another way. I am happy to wait. But now I have all the time.
Alright, so this area is really cool, honestly. We will do a lot of things, but it will be tough to explain everything. But basically, we will just end on this and try to load the two next area. Basically, like load a fight. Come on. Okay. Nope. Nope. Okay.
What's on your mind?
I need that sword. So yeah, load a mini boss fight, then load the area for after we get to the boss fight.
I could push away or ignore, I would.
So just don't mind what I'm doing right now.
What lies ahead will
Just hitting triggers basically. Like you can see the thing getting demolished is because I hit the trigger.
try.
Yeah, we actually entered this little boss arena backwards, so pretty much nothing is loaded.
And there I did a wall run. You will be able to see that the shadow on the wall like lights up a little. That means that the next area is loaded. So this is Golem. I call him My Little Pony, and you will understand why soon. I'm just waiting for him to attack. When I go there, 3 attacks, then I can raid him. Unfortunately, I have to hit a wall at one point. Like I can do this ride perfectly, because otherwise I will lose time, because the golem will just slow down. Like the game punish you for being too fast. What?
I mean, you're so far in the lead. You could try to show it off for people.
Yeah, it's not like there is everything going on right now, like with storage. But yeah, you're right. I should have showed it off. Sorry. Well, you know what? I will probably upload something fun, like a golem ride without the area loaded. So you fall into the void, and you just continue running into the void, and there is no game over. You can just do this like forever.
I mean, that sounds like a glorious way to go out.
Right. So here I died because I released my my drop gate too early.
Here we see an interesting launch done off of a swinging pole. There are a few places in the run where that's useful. I believe this is the first time we've seen that.
Yeah. And probably the last one, because I don't think I will go for the one
in the darkness.
Yeah.
Here, Racer setting up a pretty precise, very nice, setting up a pretty precise teleport there to skip a Dark Prince trigger. In that instance, he actually teleported off of a roll, which is a little more difficult than the other 2 teleports.
No. No. Stop! Attack normally. No, that didn't work. Oh, come on.
Razor's trying to set up storage right now.
Yeah, so while he's going for this... Okay, he got it. So, not all that long ago, we found a new technique that we call ledge storage. And the way it works is that when you climb over something, the game tracks that item. It says this is the item the player is climbing over, so that it knows where to put you. And, you know, it puts you at the top of that item. But if we get damaged in the middle of that, it never puts you there, and therefore it still thinks it's supposed to. So the next time that we try to climb over something, it will try to move us to the coordinate position that item is known to be at. And we can use that to do some very interesting things in all 3 games. And in this one, it's pretty interesting looking. So I won't spoil it too much. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, if I can get it, because basically I have to do everything almost perfectly for like the next 15 minutes or so and don't die. As soon as I die, it's over, basically.
So a side effect of this is that, as we saw right there, if the racer climbs over anything, he will get teleported. So we now have to be very careful about how we traverse the levels.
Because I want to use it and I want to keep it as well. So that's why I'm rewinding as well, like just to get some thing. And right there, I'm just doing another quicksand. Like, since this is giving me a ledge, basically, I can do it in 7 instead of the 21 jump, which is a lot faster. And was worth it, like, setting it up for like 20 seconds or so. What, 4, I think? 5, 6, and 7. Might have to do some jump, but we'll see. As long as I don't get out, it's good. Because, like, if you're too short or too low, like I can do 8 just to be safe, because the floor will just push me back up in this area, which is like a huge time loss. Like this one is no problem, and it will be the next one. Like if I just get back up, I will have to do 21 jumps, so that's like a minute time loss.
Yeah, there's a very slow puzzle in this room, but it turns out on the other side of this wall, there's a road.
Should I continue from here?
So I got
You're
it,
taking
pretty
this
much.
hero business a
So
little
this was
too
a
far.
12-minute split,
Already saved
a
the
12-second split.
citizens.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. Like there is a cutscene that takes 1 minute, puzzle is like 3 minutes, so we can skip it like in 30 seconds basically. That's really cool. And now Chariot 2. Chariot 2 is actually pretty hard casually. Like the first time I did this, I died a lot because there is much more to do, and there is some really precise jump that you will see. Like you have a little window. Yeah, it's really not that simple, and I was playing on console, so 30 FPS instead of 60. But yeah, but now I can just do even some part blind. I won't do it right now because I didn't practice it before, but sometimes at home I'm just having fun. Like these two can be so tricky when you start. It's awful.
Only a weak gamer blames his hardware.
But yeah, after Chariot, we will go up against Twins, which are the third boss of the game. So there will be like a guy with a sword and a guy with an axe. You have to attack the guy with the sword. So the guy with an axe tries to attack you, and the axe is put into the ground so he can't move. And then you can attack him, basically. There is 2 phases. The first one is consistent, so if I fail the first one, it's my fault. The second one is almost consistent, I would say. But yeah, like should be doable without losing too much time. At worst, I should lose like 20 seconds, which obviously in PB attempt is awful. But in marathon, you're like, okay, I'm just 20 seconds behind.
So a quick lore update. During the Mahasti fight that we skipped, we turn into the Dark Prince, and Farah sees us, and she says, "Oh no, you're one of the bad guys, and I hate you." So that's going to be important soon.
So ice guy. Now I do 1 charge attack. I wait for him to attack. 1 and another charge attack, and I can do this. So first phase is over, and not second phase. So I will do by there because he went there. Attack. No. Okay. Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. He was so nice. This fight is awesome. Yeah, this fight is really cool, honestly. Like, especially like in casual, like in speedrun, it's not that cool. And I can only recommend people to do it on hard mode with no life upgrade and no secondary and no sand.
Seems I chose the right moment to
Trust me.
return.
I was doing
Why am I
bad.
clipping?
Lucky shot.
Thankfully, Farah has returned to our side and trusts us again. Eraser is overjoyed.
No. Please ban Farah. I will pay 100 euros to the guy who can get rid of Farah in this run. Even if in this game she is not awful, but because of Send of Time, I just can't stand her.
So this fight is a great example of exactly how strong the Dark Prince is. So if you just watch Eraser here, he will just be cutting down these enemies like butter.
Oh, he will be skipping these enemies actually.
Oh wait, we skipped
I will
these?
try. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Shouldn't
can
work.
use the wall
Never
and flip
mind.
again to get on the boundaries here. And then from there you can roll over the wall.
This is news to me.
But it's very precise. Yeah, there you got it.
Got it second try.
Very nice. Ignore what I said.
But yeah, basically I can... Okay, that's the first time. I can kill them like in 1 combo. Just to tell you like how good this is. Okay. I was waiting for Sand there. I only got 1, I think. Which is enough, but yeah. My favorite boss is... yeah, I think it's Twins, like, because that's so clever. Masty, I just can't stand her because of the speedrun now of NMG. So here I will do 2 quicksand.
Masty
this.
has the coolest strats.
Dude, no. I blame myself every day to have fun like Masty, that you can do this at Masty.
I am happy.
Thank God you guys were here to find a setup for this, because otherwise I would have stopped running. I would have been free. So this is elevator. So in elevator, you have to bring it up and stuff like that. This is really long, and we don't have time. So what I will try to do is going on top of the elevator and jump until the trigger to the next area, basically. So getting on top is done, thanks to 2 slow-mo.
So funnily enough, this is actually possible in NMG
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, you just need 2 slow-mo. Why did I close my eyes? Is because I was turning the camera for you guys to see what was going on, but this just distracted me, so I was only going by sound.
Blue? That's not mine.
Does slowing down time reduce FPS? No. It just slows down everything else except the prints.
So serious.
Which is well done in this game. Like, instead of time, it actually do something to FPS. Like, I don't really know, but it's just crazy. Oh yeah, you have to slow-mo.
I do not like pomegranates.
What is wrong with you?
So guys, what is your favorite color?
Impossible to eat with dignity. So
What is
much
your
work for
favorite
few
color?
seeds.
But is it
Stop,
not the effort
please stop, I
that
wanna
makes them
leave.
that
Feel free to do so.
Blue.
What is this place?
Rot.
It is the heart
Green.
of the hanging gardens.
I see.
These are the instruments of life, regulating and running everything.
Come on.
So here I will be attempting something really hard for me because I'm not used to dumping sand. So yeah.
Okay, guess I can't do anything.
To the person in chat who said all colors, I too lack a personality. I still gave a color.
Wow.
Wait until they stop moving before you attack them.
How is he even hitting me?
Should be good.
He's literally hitting me through
Nice.
his mate.
Wait until they stop moving before you attack them.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I will have to wait. Yeah, I think Robbie's fight is just an example on how bad this fight can be.
Let me know when you have the time to hear more. When you have the time, I will continue.
That was so close to death.
Yeah, you could see there Eraser paused in his jump very late, and that caused him to go primarily forwards and down as opposed to forwards and up, as most of our launches have been.
So here I want to get a red guard sword to have infinite sense again.
It's worth noting that although thankfully we haven't seen it yet, if you're too slow in these fights, the guards can do what that guard just did and summon reinforcements. So now we have to fight many more enemies to clear that gate, but thankfully we won't.
Sorry, I'm not talking much because I have to focus in this area. Like, I'm getting close to what storage is really important. Oops. Oh, never mind, I'll just do it in NG again. Okay, I deloaded the last one, good. So we wanted to keep storage up until there because we want to skip this puzzle and going into the Dark Prince. Because this puzzle triggers the cutscene, then you transform into the Dark Prince, then you do the next section, etc. I have to load the area before I forget.
Oops. This puzzle we're skipping, does it have a name? Eraser, do you know the name of this puzzle?
It don't have an official name, but we call it off-bow. So the area is loaded, as you can see, like on the left I will try to get onto the platform. No. I have no idea of what I'm doing, honestly, right there. So this might take a while.
So yeah, this ledge
Nice.
warping technique moves you so quickly that it's super dependent on exactly where you touch the ledge.
Well, in
so-
this variation, it's not that precise because it's so far away. Like the chariot race is in between, and
Gotcha.
that puts insane distance. But that's also why it works.
Fair enough.
First try, first epic drop glitch.
I'm sorry, did you just do a slow-mo drop glitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't have a use for this until recently, but if you slow-mo during a drop glitch, you
Yes.
actually go much further down. And considering in the cutscene he skipped that he would have fallen very far. It's pretty much required to get down here.
TikTok, Prince.
For the current lore update, the Vizier has kidnapped Farah, and so now we have to go get her back. And if you haven't caught on yet, the Dark Prince, the voice in our head, is not. He's much like a racer. He's he's very antagonizing and negative, and he also hates Farah's guts. So he's trying to talk us out of going to save her.
Okay. So yeah, like normally in this whole area you are the Dark Prince, so I will have to do like a lot of launches and stuff like this.
Time is precious. Time is fleeting. Time is something you have too little of.
Nice. So this roll teleport is to avoid triggering this trap, because otherwise I can do this one. And now there is one more launch, then I will be able to present you Carl. Except if I fail, like this. I should just stop announcing things in advance. So this is Carl in T2T. Dark Prince body, but Prince head.
What is he doing here?
Is beautiful, honestly. I mean, that's like the body of my dream. I want to have that body.
Come on now.
I will help
You
fund
really
this.
expect to find him alive? Even after everything you have experienced, still you hold out hope.
So basically, our father is dead.
What now then? Gather up enough
But it's
sand
okay, we are used to this, in theory. Like, I mean, we killed him in the Sand of Time, technically.
and travel back to a time when he might still be saved. Maybe rescue
Oh,
a
you're
damsel in
awake.
distress along the way.
You are right.
No, no problem, dude. That was just fun.
Naive.
Like, I moved, I lift my my head and I saw, oh, Tokai is sleeping. I have to annoy him. So yeah, that was what storage was for. It's extremely complicated. I only got it like 3 times in practice, like up to the end. So I'm really glad I was able to show it off.
What is this? You have no water?
So
Yeah,
I
I'm coming
opened
up there as well now.
Nice. Oh, you were able to keep it?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
To whatever dark hole spawned you, and
at least I hope so.
I trust you.
So as of this cutscene, we have gained 2 things. Our father's sword, which glows in the dark for some odd reason. And we have gained control over the Dark Prince. So there will be no more Dark Prince sections, as he no longer holds power over us, in the Prince's own words.
Come on. Okay.
By the way, there are invisible enemies, but we've just been skipping them, so yeah.
Nice. So here I just keep the wall area by doing this wall jump. It's quite precise. But yeah, it's a lot easier than the old strat. So shout out to Vaini for this one. And yeah, that sword can also break walls. I can't remember if you said it, Sam. Sorry. And good thing it's mandatory to progress from now on, and it wasn't before. Things are just perfect.
As in every Prince of Persia game, we gain the ability to break walls for some reason. Because only certain swords are capable of that, I guess.
I mean, from the moment we were able to break walls for the first time, I mean, we are strong enough. We can do it with our hands. Another launch? But skip this wall area, and this area is really long casually. So it's cool that we can skip it. In NMG as well, like we have a lot of skip for this area, and it's just so good, honestly. Yeah, I launched to grab this ledge, which is really close.
Got stuck there. Wow, this has been great. Jesus.
Oopsie. Oopsie.
Why am I gonna be
Yep, dead.
stuck?
Please, 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 don't do this. Okay. It was my fault, but still. So I lost a sand, which is not good in this section. So I will take some sand here.
Yeah, that's the annoying part about drop glitches. Like, when you hold it for too long, it will just throw the weapon.
Oh yeah, that's just stupid.
I got that like on every single one of them.
I learned how to do it without, like, even if it drops the weapon, I'm like, okay, I can continue now.
Yeah.
Because that was happening also. And I just got mad.
Yeah, you can also jump out of it, but I didn't do that.
Also skip this this section by doing a really precise wall run. That one is precise, but we have the wall to help us, so it's always first or second try. Once you are used to it. yeah, yeah, GMP. I'm sorry. And I spent a lot of time playing NMG 42T, so obviously.
How did that not grab?
Alright, so welcome to Lower Tower. As you may have noticed throughout this run, we have the ability to fly high into the sky, so we will make pretty quick work of this tower, despite it being very long in NMG.
Yeah, the first one is okay, but all the other one I just, yeah, really long.
Also, Dad's sword can cut enemies in half with a single swipe. Oops.
Yeah, but you don't get sand except for certain enemies. So you have either to use a combo or be careful on your sand management. Like, since I had to take extra sand because I screwed up before, I didn't have to kill that one with a combo, but in general I killed this one with a combo to get one more sand.
We haven't really talked about it yet because we've been having so many red guard swords, but the sand in this game actually works in a predictable fashion. If you have 1 or 0 sands, all vases you break will drop their sands. And that until you pick up another one. So you can break 3 vases to get all the way back up to 4.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't personally know the statistics, but once you have 2 or more sands, then it's a gamble whether or not the vases will drop.
Yeah, basically you never take it, you just use your sand before. Yeah. Come on, game.
Yeah, those panels are just broken in every single way.
Yeah.
They never work.
just like that, Eraser has already passed lower and middle tower and is now on his way to the high tower.
Pretty good time, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't softlock, this is a PB, for sure. Oopsie. But as long as the run is not over, you can be sure with this game, honestly. That's why I won't rejoice or anything up until the end. Like, my PB is 2 years old. And I got it just before me and Robbie's race. It was world record at that time. It was a 1:28 something. Yeah, no, I won't be able to do it. Like, even in practice, my best time was 1:30.01, just to give you an idea, which is why I was really scared about this.
So here we are at the top of the tower, and up here the Vizier and Farah are waiting on us. The Vizier boss fight in this game is a lot more interesting than the one in Sands of Time, but unfortunately we won't be seeing it because much like the Sands of Time, if you've seen any percent run or a recent any percent Zipless run, you might know there's a trigger above the Vizier to end the fight, and that holds true in this game as well. So we will just be using a menu launch to make it go away.
And of all the outcomes lay bare to me, this one held the most promise.
Also, earlier you said rip world record when I hit the cutscene before Mastery, right? Didn't you say like rip world record or something like this earlier? Yeah, I think you were right. Because like I will be around a minute behind world record if everything goes well. And that's this cutscene. Okay, so I still have to hit this trigger and not softlock.
So while Eraser takes care of this, the game isn't over after we kill Vizier because there is one enemy we have yet to face, and that is ourselves.
The classic.
So we now go into the prince's mind. This is called the mental realm in the save. And we're now going to battle our like anti-self throughout our memories of the past 3 games.
You can't insta-kill Viney. You can only insta-kill in 80% normal.
Maybe he's just joking around.
So yeah, like this is from Sands of Time.
My attempts to convince you to seek glory fell on deaf ears, so I bided my time, waiting for the proper moment to strike. You do not deserve what you have been given.
Oh, come on, I canceled my it's too early.
With the power at your command, you could rule the world. You have squandered it, Prince.
This is why are we
do
then?
it justice, and
Wait,
so
wait.
it should be mine.
Oh, we will talk about that in Discord.
Because of the King's Sword skip.
What don't I?
So you're doing 90%.
Do you think he would be here now if not for me? How
I
many
think that's the
times did
current
I
theory.
How many times did I unblock your path, take down your enemies, remind you of your mission, while all you did was cry about your father, and Kylina, and Farah, how everything bad always happens to you. Boo-hoo, Prince!
Your words are empty. Have always been
So yeah, I think the developer like took drugs during this section because you know all the color and stuff. At first, I thought my game was broken,
Lacking in morals, it is because you are.
and I'm sure I wasn't the only one who thought that.
By some mad
I was like, why there isn't any ground?
No. I have seen the error of my ways, and and I have atoned for the transgressions of my past. I am no longer that person.
Seasons change, tastes change, but people never change. And you delude yourself.
Alright, I got the last skip. Now this is just going
down your
straight
soul.
up to the end.
Embrace me. Do you mean to
No,
kill me?
didn't get it.
Cut me down.
Prince, leave this place. It reeks of sadness and cruel intentions. You must not chase this shadow. Turn away. Wake up.
Honestly, I'm so relieved about this one. I don't think you can even imagine how scared I was.
Yeah.
And this will be a 124, like what the heck? This is a 4 minutes PB.
I'm still right here.
I'm serious, a 4 minutes PB. Done.
A huge congrats.
Thanks. Thank you.
This run is so ridiculously hard and prone to crashes and just so much fuckery because there is no better
So
word
much
for it.
what?
It's just, yeah, huge shout outs to Eraser for that run.
Wow.
Yeah, well done, dude. That's like unbeatable.
Yeah, but less than a minute than world record as when you said like because world record is like a 124 something as well.
124.33
Yeah.
world record. So
But
12
it's like
seconds
20
off.
seconds off.
12 seconds off.
12 seconds off, so yeah. Wow. That was crazy. Dude, I was at 12 seconds of getting world record. I think I would have done like a turn, you know, like footballer and everything. Wow. Honestly, this is just crazy. Oh my god. So yeah, like I got 13 minutes underestimate like in SOTGBA later and the second best run ever in that game. And this is just amazing.
So what you're saying is you'll be submitting this race to ESA?
Yeah, no. Okay, I made the mistake one time. This is done. We don't do this again.
But you won. You're now 1-1. You need to do a tiebreaker.
Why did I tell you this earlier? I shouldn't have done that. Let's see if in 2 years we still speedrun and Robbie still want to do a race and I still want to do a race.
SpeedCon 2021, got it.
Yeah.
I'll pin it.
Dude, I'm shaking. Yeah, because I got all that skip at last, which is 1 minute. So right now Robbie is finishing up near Vizier. Also Robbie's PB is also 128 something as well.
Yeah, something bad like that, yeah.
Although it's not quite over yet, I just want to point out that even finishing this game at 1:30 or right around that time is still insane because of how hard it is. So while Eraser was a maniac, epicdudeguy is still doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, like
I think this is definitely my best run.
Yeah,
like at this.
I mean, I think you got
practice,
like you got like a 141, something like this.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, so
and earlier I got. What did I get? I don't know.
No, you told me like over 130 as well earlier.
Oh yeah. Doesn't matter.
So yeah, like it was just. This is just amazing. Like when we told at the start that 135 was low, we weren't kidding. Like regarding our practice, it was low. I got only 2 times sub 135, and it was 134 and 130.
Yeah, exactly, Smath. I never had a chance. Like, imagine doing a live race, and then, like, not against a person, but against world record. Like,
Well, but this is literally attempts.
Yeah. Oh, wait, where's my menu? Nice. Okay.
Nice. You can miss this trigger, honestly.
Yeah, it's actually funny how that was found because we first found it in Sands of Time, and then Drunken Chew, who's in the chat, I think, immediately went to the Two Thrones as well to look in the sky if there were triggers there as well, and then he just found it. It was like, it was really funny when that happened.
Yeah, GMP, I don't love how I'm obsessed with T2T. And this is all because of this man. Once again.
Sorry, what?
Oh. Nothing, was just talking to Toka.
You know, he is still half asleep, so...
Can't blame him, honestly.
Yeah.
I know where to go in this part.
I would do it justice, and so it should be mine.
Oh, the boat and Warrior Within. Such good memories.
Sub 141.
Do you think you would be here now if not for me? How many times did I save you? How many times did I unblock?
So yeah, since for me it's finishing up, I just want to say like thanks to everyone that watch this race and the marathon in general. Thanks to coach, thanks to everyone. Like well, you know who you are, guys. Like basically pop speedrun community, but even people outside. Well, Caddy is literally a pop speedrun community now, but you know.
He's in the picture, so
yeah, true. But yeah, so thanks everyone. Like it's just awesome running with you and finding stuff and suffering together. So that was a great marathon for me. 2 run and 2 great run. And also a lot of fun commentating some run, especially Warrior Within and Wings Club. That was just awesome. Warrior Within was a train wreck, but it was still awesome.
I missed the thing.
That was just, yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. And yeah. I'm just glad that we were both underestimated, honestly.
So I have to ask, have you really changed?
One final lore update before we finish out. The Prince and Farah together, their powers combined, their love is too strong. They vanquish the evil prince, and then they lived happily ever after. The end.
Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
These two have been terrified of this run all day. They have been freaking out and crying. I saw one rocking in the corner. Please give them a huge round of applause.
Good game, guys.
Thanks very much. Well, we both didn't think we would finish under estimate, but we did it, so...
Yeah, that's just awesome.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, same, honestly. That's just crazy. So yeah, thanks again, everyone. I think I don't have any more to say. Do you have something?
That was our last run. And, yeah, enjoy the rest of the day still, while you can.
Yeah.
Enjoy some speed runs and have a good one.
Bye-bye.
So that was Prince of Persia by Eraser and epicdudeguy. Thank you for having us, for having them here. It was an amazing race. Coming up next is the Balcony by Yano Karuzuno. Coming up next. So yeah, just stay tuned.